Do you like the ease of a sliding knot but don't like the look? That's what I'm going to talk about today. Hello, welcome back. My name's Carol. Today I am going to be making a bracelet with a sliding knot, and I'm going to show you how to cover that. Now I will leave you a link in the description box below to a blog post, and that will contain all of the links to the products that I use today, so remember to check that out. So let's get started. Okay, you don't need very much to make this bracelet. I have here some waxed cotton cord, 1mm in diameter, and it is the colour steel blue. I have some 5mm by 1mm beaded rondelles, and I've got some 8 by 6mm crystal faceted glass beads as well. And I have one tube bead. This one is 12 by 7. Now the only thing you need to worry about here with the tube is that your cotton thread, or your thread that you're using, will go through this hole 4 times. As well as that, I've got my scissors from my chroma plier set. The first thing we're going to do is thread on some beads. So I'm going to start off with one of my rondelles. Now this is actually quite good that this happens straight away. I cannot get that through the hole, so what I'm going to do is twist it a little bit. Now if you have trouble getting it through the hole and you twist it, it warms up the wax and it allows it to kind of meld back together. So try that first, just popping it through, and you can see there it went through. And now one of my little rondelles. And I'm just going to repeat that. Now I chose this blue cord initially because I wanted it to be clear for demonstration purposes. So I wanted the blue to show, because sometimes in the past when I've made stretch bracelets, people have said that they couldn't see what I was doing if I used clear thread. So this time I wanted to make sure you could see. But what I found when I did it was that I really loved the colour of the cord coming through the beads. I just think it's so gorgeous. You know, you can buy crystal clear beads with coloured centres, and this just gives you that look without the coloured centre. Okay, so I'm going to thread on a few more of these beads. You don't need to watch me doing that, so I will come back in a minute. So here I have all my beads strung. The number of beads you need depends on the size of your wrist, obviously. So if I take this one and I pull it up, you can see that I have used enough beads to go round my wrist exactly. What you do need to think about though is you want to start and finish with one of your glass beads. Okay, because we're going to put the metal next to the glass, and we don't want metal next to metal. That's how I feel it anyway. So I'm going to take my bead here and I'm going to put it onto there, and I'm going to put the other end through as well. And I'm going to push it down to the end there. Now I have cut a piece about 10 centimeters off the end of my cord, and I'm going to be using that now to make my knot. So I want to put my cord like this beside each other. I don't want them crossing over, and I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to fold it in half. And I want to lay that beside those two, like that. Now I'm going to take the front one, which is my tail here, and I'm going to try and do this without using, so that you can see, because I need to kind of cover it with my thumb, but I'll try. And I'm going to take it away from me and bring it up through the center of the bracelet. And I'm going to repeat that 3 more times. And you can see I'm kind of wrapping it around my finger there. Make sure you get the right one. That's the right one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to pull them up a little bit so that they're a little bit closer. You want them loose but not too loose. And you also want them even. So it's a matter of adjusting them, and as I said, it's a bit hard when I can't put my thumb over it to show you, because I'm trying to show you. Now you're going to take the end of your cord that you've just wrapped around, and you're going to thread it through those loops. So 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to put it through that loop as well. Okay, now I want to very gently pull everything up. Without putting my thumb over it, it's really hard. I'm going to. There we go. So that's what I want. sorry, I had to put my thumb over it. I just couldn't do it without. So that's what I have now. And the wraps are looking nice and even, and not a bad knot to be showing, but we're going to cover it anyway. And then what I'm going to do is take these short ends, which are the ends of the loop here, and I'm going to pull those down. So there's my sliding knot, and you just want to make sure at this stage that it does still slide, which it does. Now I'm going to take two ends and I'm going to put them to the right, and I've got two ends to the left, and I'm going to thread those two ends through my tube here. And just pop those over, that tube over the bead or over the knot. And then when you pull it up, your knot is hidden. So with these ends, you can just tie a little knot in them. You can get a little bead and pop it on as long as the bead's hole is big enough to go through, for this cord to go through. So we're just doing those two short ones there. You could cut them off if you wanted to. So notice when I'm pulling, I'm only pulling one. So I'm pulling my right hand one. So just make sure that you make your right hand one long enough to get this over your arm. Now I'm going to actually cut mine quite short here for this side. I'm going to cut it about there, because when I pull it through, remember, it will lengthen, so it'll be about the same length. And I'm going to cut this one at the same length as well. So there's my bracelet, and as I said, when you pull it to put it on, it will, only one will pull, and then you can pull it back. Now you will find that your tube bead will slide around a little bit, but when you're wearing it, you can adjust it so that it doesn't show. I find these quite hard to put on, these bracelets. There we go. So there's my knot all hidden, and my beautiful bracelet with its gorgeous thread through the center. So there's my bracelet, and over time these will soften so they won't stick out like they are now. Did you like this one? Let me know in the comment section below, and also hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you will never miss a tutorial, and give me the thumbs up if you like this one. Remember that I will leave you a link in the description box below for a blog post which will give you links to everything you need to make this bracelet. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thank you so much for watching today. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you again soon.